Run through what we have. What we've got here is last weekend's game. So not the ones just gone, the ones before. We've been a bit late again uploading the episode. So we had the predictions game. Looking at this, Serie A Bro drew with the AI to get 50%. I personally got 40, so doing a bit better than usual, I think. What did Serie A Bro get correct? I think he got the score right for Napoli Fiorentina. Nobody got Atalanta Juve right. I think that was a bit of a shocker to everyone. Most people would have thought that would be a close game. Wasn't that way at all. And yeah, so quite an interesting one all the way through. So those were the games that passed. So Inter did break through past Feyenoord. Van Persie probably quite upset at how Inter dominated that whole fixture. Um, yeah, a lot of people now talking about Inzaghi, a lot of people now linking him to Europe's biggest teams, the usual. And so Inter will now face Bayern Munich starting next month. Bilbao managed to just squeeze past Roma there. Roma are out of the Europa League. Lazio did make it through. So at this time, we're not sure who they're going to face. There's a couple of teams they could face, so it's just waiting to see who that's going to be. Luckily, Fiorentina were able to get through Panathinaikos, and they will face for sure NK Kelja, hopefully pronounced correctly. So that's good. There's three Serie A teams in various European competitions. Um, all three playing very well. Okay, bar Lazio, who had a bit of a shocker on the weekend, but in general, they've been doing well in that competition. So looking forward to seeing what happens next there. Um, and then that takes us to Serie A that happened just this weekend gone. Looking at the predictions, we need to calculate those just to see who won and who didn't. But did anyone get a result? Oh wow. Okay, so Cerebro A, he actually did put Fiorentina down to beat Juventus with a big margin also. Didn't get the score 100% right, but that was a good shout. Um, what did AI? AI put that to be a draw. Um, Myself, I put a close game, Juve to win. Um, Also with Atalanta, I put that close game, Atalanta to win. Cerebro A same, but for Inter to win. AI did it for Inter to win as well. Yeah, just talking about those two games in particular. I mean, I don't think many would have said Fiorentina would sweep Juventus and put Motta in the firing line yet again. I'm seeing hourly updates where the headline is Motta's last chance. And just talking about our last episode where me and Sira Brett was saying, look, the directors have said Motta's got nothing to worry about, his job is secure. And he mentioned, look, this is always what happens before a firing. And it seems like it might well be. Yeah, let's see what happens with that because it's a disaster over there. Absolute disaster. I'm seeing them be likened to Man United, for example. Once being great in the domestic league and then suddenly just falling off. I don't think it's that drastic yet because it wasn't that long ago where they were on top, but it's crazy to see, Italy's most successful domestic side just crumble, and they have the players. We've talked about Vlahovic. and why he's not playing and questioning that. It's not the only issue they have, but there's a few things to look at over there. Yeah, just checking if there were any other interesting results from the weekend just gone. Yeah, just getting back to that. So Atalanta and Inter. Personally, thought Atalanta would score at least two in that game. Um, didn't happen. Uh, Inter did well. There were a couple of red cards there. Bastoni out, um, misses the next game, screws up our fantasy football. Also, that's a minor thing. Um, but yeah, Atalanta just can't seem to beat Inter. It's funny. Like, they can do it all and get to Inter, and just seems to be a stumble. But the league is still very close. Atalanta still in it. Um, yeah, so Inter, Napoli, Atalanta really need to focus on every game until the end. What we have next is just checking the other results. Here we are. So we've got the Napoli Venezia game. Venezia, there's a theory that Venezia are literally here just to help Inter. I think they drew with Atalanta and Napoli. So that was a real issue. Napoli could have been, you know, a bit more comfortable, and they've had a terrible little run of form. Um, Before, I couldn't see anyone else winning the league. Now, uh, yeah, a bit doubtful about whether they can. It's strange how they've only got this competition to play in, yet they can't do it. Very interested to see what happens in the coming games for them too. Bologna Lazio, a crazy, crazy Bologna win that was. Lazio could do nothing about it. Lots of goals. Um, yeah, we'd all written off Bologna at the start when they were having that bad run, all of us. Yeah, recently they've done a lot to show us that they're still a force to be reckoned with, despite Motta leaving and Xerxes leaving and others. So yes, great to see, but let's hope they can build and not lose any more players next season. And that leads us on to this week. So this week there aren't any Serie A games. It's international week. So Italy have two games. This Thursday, they have Germany at the San Siro. And then on Sunday, it will be the away leg for Italy. So they'll be over in Germany. Yeah, that's on Sunday, both games at 7:45 UK time. Very interesting selection. Um, Not the usual suspects in goal. Um, Defense is looking good. Seeing it's a nice selection. I'm good with it. I wish I could have gotten Serie A Bro's view on what he thought about it. Um, but I think this team looks great. If it can work together, then I think it can go very, very far, not in this Nations League only, but just in general, in upcoming tournaments. So let's see what Spalletti does with them. Some people are talking about Orsolini and how he wasn't selected and how he scored on the weekend just gone and tapped the camera as if to say, "Look, I'm here. You forgot me." Um, so yeah, that's an interesting one. He has got a role in the Italy squad for sure, from my side. But yeah, those that are selected, it could be hard to squeeze in. I mean, people make an argument for Fratesi, despite him being a sub midfielder for Inter, and maybe Mussolini could have been in his position, or at least had his spot. Not sure. Yeah, it's a tough call, that one. Tonali also is of course, he doesn't play in Serie A, and he's playing for Newcastle. It's a different kettle of fish. But for me, the boost of him actually lifting a cup and being around those other players and staff, there's a lot of enthusiasm and excitement at Newcastle because of what they just won. Um, I know it was a small cup in the grand scheme of things, but maybe Tonali's on a boost and ready to play his heart out for Italy. Looking at the forwards, very happy to see Keane there. Of course, he's got to be there. Um, Wondering, all eyes on Retegui, really. Need to see him scoring a bit more consistently in Serie A. So what's he going to do for Italy? That's the question from my side. Um, yeah, really cool set of players that they've got there. But yeah, that's everything from my side. Just looking if there's any other business. I mean, in the Fiorentina Juventus game, there is a request from Juve to investigate the choreography. There was a well decorated bit of signage that said Juve merda, insulting them. So I don't know how far that will go. It looked cool though, whether you support Juve or not. I think it did look cool, but can see why they'd be offended. Um, yeah, just again on Motta, he's on that knife edge at the moment. Um, so yeah, he got the backing after the Fiorentina game, but heavy rumours all around that the firing could happen at any point. Um, Thuram, if anyone's interested, is not going to be in the France Nations League squad because of his injury in the last game. So I think that means Inter they don't have the most call ups for this international round. I think Inter were going to be the team in Serie A with the most international players featuring, but I think because of Dumfries, Thuram, Zalewski, um, they only represent 10 players, whereas I think Milan and Napoli have 12, and then Torino and Juve have 11. So there's a lot featuring, lots of players featuring. So even if you're not watching Italy, or you're trying to watch some other games, you'll see familiar faces from the league. Um, so yeah, I think, yeah, let's all focus on this Italy game, see what Spalletti does, how he uses the players, if he should have called up other players. Enjoy that. It's going to be massive. A shame we couldn't make it out there to see it in person, but yeah, let's see how this all goes down. So.